It's a cruel world out there. It's hard to know who to trust. Seems like around every corner there's another hoaxster, jokester, or cloakster. In the end, one thing I've learned is the only person you can trust is yourself. But don't take my word for it. See for yourself with Word Hoax, the game of verbal cloaks, jokes, and master strokes. It'll make you lie to your mama, but don't worry, she's probably not playing this round. Here's your host, Tom Sherman. Welcome to Word Hoax Live, the game of jokes, verbal cloaks, and master strokes. I am your host, Tom Sherman. We're here as we are every Wednesday night to play Word Hoax, a game created by Story Squad, a team of developers, educators, data scientists, and entertainers united to build technology in games that create human connection through creative expression, inspire a passion for education and the creative arts, and embody the highest ethical standards around humane tech and healthy screen time. So let's start telling some lies and watching live streams. If you or anyone you know wants to squad up with our community of teachers, artists, and technologists to make the web a more creative place, follow us on any social media channel at Story Squad HQ and click the link in our bios and descriptions to sign up to come here and play a game of Word Hoax with us. Just a little background, Word Hoax started internally at Story Squad as a fun way to start our daily meetings, and since turned into this live stream game show where the public contestants compete for a potentially invaluable prize. That's right, an IOU NFT. This is a unique 1 out of 10,000 NFT that's actually an IOU for a future NFT from the impending Alphabot's drop from Story Squad. The estimated cash value of the IOU NFT is $100 US, although a real-world floor price has yet to be determined. So, who do we have playing tonight? I don't know yet. Without further ado, let's meet our squad of jokesters, cloaksters, and master strokers playing tonight. First and foremost, let's bring on the man, the myth, the legend himself, Baggins. Welcome, Baggins, to the screen. How do you do, sir?
I'm doing well, Tom. I'm eager to see who's in the gallery today. A lot of fresh faces, a lot of new firepower.
That is a fact. For those watching at home for the first time, Baggins is our fearless leader and founder here at Story Squad HQ. I know. So humble.
You're
it's
trying
amazing.
To go on, it says my shtick is to say I don't know what I'm doing and I'm helpless. So
I know.
That people underestimate me.
I know, but then you win, and you've won
It's
so many
hard.
times.
It's hard.
I've had to implement an internal rule that you're not allowed to win anymore. We're not giving any more NFTs to you.
Bring Harrison in. He can beat me.
So Baggins is playing and yet not able to win. But, it's kind of like a little see who can beat Baggins side competition. I'm excited to see. So here you are. Let's bring on some of these other folks. Let's see. First, we've got Halo Kitty, who says, will you trick or be tricked? That is the question. Great question. I don't have any answers for that yet. Let's see. James at James Minus, a music composer who's about to be out of his depth. Welcome to the screen, sir. Winston with a $sign in between the name. He says he's here to win money tonight, which unfortunately for him, only NFTs on the line. But they can be converted to cash possibly at a future date if you turn in the IOU properly. Let's see. Who else do we have? We have Tasha, a fun-loving data scientist working at Story Squad. And we also have Pete, which registered so late I did not get the intro sentence. What is your intro, Pete?
No one wants to beat Baggins more than I.
Wow. Wow. Look at that. I don't know, because we still have to introduce one more player, and that is, last but not least, Alphabot, Alphabot here, who says, I'm excited for tonight's game because this isn't a person, this is a box of energy. Wow, strong words from Alphabot. For those also new to whatever this is on the screen, let me tell you, Alphabot is powered by logic provided by OpenAI's GPT-3, which uses an autoregressive language model that uses deep learning to produce human-like text. So that means nothing in tonight's show is scripted. The Alphabot uses a natural language neural net to play alongside the other contestants, which means its responses are generated live in the flow of gameplay based on other players' answers. Holy moly, shishkamboli. That sounds pretty intense. So here's how we're going to play tonight, folks. I'm going to read a word, acronym, person's name, movie title, or other series of words. You'll have a set time limit to supply a trick definition for that word that sounds plausible enough the other players might guess that definition. No Googling is allowed. Please try to keep it PG-13. We are a family show here, folks. And once time expires, we will read the set of fake definitions along with the real one as well and guess around the room. If you get points for other players picking your fake definition, or if you select the correct one, you can pick your own definition in an attempt to sway the opinion of other players. However, you will not receive a point for your own vote. In round one, we will write out the definition of a word. In round two, the biography of a person. And in round three, we'll write out the plot of a movie title. After that, we'll crown the champion of the day and our contestants. Well, actually, this is for next week, so I'll just skip over that for now and just get on with the show. Looks like we lost Winston again from the lobby, and that is unfortunate. Seems like there were some technical difficulties. Let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players here in the room. Alphabot has joined as well. And let's see. Let's just start this up. And I just need to load in the definition. Here we go. So 65 seconds on the clock here for all you folks playing here. The word is I got to start picking words I can pronounce. The word is hamartia. Hamartia is the word. You've got 65 seconds to define that starting now. What does the word hamartia mean? Think of NFTs like keys to the future. Right now, as humans, we interact with businesses and organizations much like ants might their queen, slaving away day in and day out for resources to give to the queen so that she may survive. NFTs turn this one-directional relationship into a community partnership. Owning NFTs of organizations will allow those owners special perks like early access to future products, exclusive content behind paywalls, and access to the inner community. Not only that, but NFTs are transferable, allowing owners to sell at a premium, which in turn appreciate all other NFTs held by community members. So NFTs are part art, part online identity, part admission to a virtual country club, part crypto speculation, part generational wealth, and all real, baby. All right, everybody got in just under the wire there. For the word hamartia, here are your options. Hamartia, a genus of lichen found in Greenland in northern Canada. Number 2, the householder stage of Buddhist lay practice spent selflessly carrying out one's duties to family and society. Number 3, hamartia is a form of bachelorette party in Hungary. Number 4, a hubris or critical error or mistake in judgment. Number 5, snacks packed into soldiers' kits to be used when off base. Number 6, a tragic flaw. And number 7, a rare species of fungi that is common to subtropical environments. Hamartia has been known to be used for its mythical healing properties in rural communities. So those are your options here for hamartia. Welcoming back Winston to the stage. Good to have you back. You can't submit a definition, but you can vote this round. So listen again to these definitions. For hamartia, number 1, a genus of lichen found in Greenland in northern Canada. Number 2, the householder stage of Buddhist lay practice that helps selflessly carrying out one's duties to family and society. Number 3, hamartia is a form of bachelorette party in Hungary. Number 4, a hubris or critical error in mistake in judgment. Number 5, snacks packed into soldiers' kits to be used when off base. Number 6, a tragic flaw. Or number 7, a rare species of fungi that is common to subtropical environments. Hamartia has been known to be used for its mythical healing properties in rural communities. All right, so those are your options there for hamartia. Let's see. Let's go on to the voting stage. Tasha, the computer has selected you for the first. Oh wait, no, we're going to Greg first. Baggins, what are your thoughts here on the whole situation?
There's some good definitions. Hamartia. As a student of Billy Madison, I love a good snack pack, so I think I'm going with 5. Was that the soldier snack pack one?
Let's see if that's the fact. Yes, number 5, snacks packed into soldiers' kits to be used when off base. You would think they would have used hamartia in Billy Madison if that were the case. Try to work that.
I thought I was your hamartia. Doesn't really quite have the same ring to it.
Yeah, that's a fair point. It's a fair point. Let's see, Tasha. Now on to you. What are you thinking here?
I'm thinking magical moss.
You're thinking the magical moss used in rural communities. Interesting. Have you ever had hamartia or used hamartia medicinally?
Not that I remember.
Right. Okay. Very good. Very good. And then it must have worked. Hello Kitty. What are you thinking here about these definitions for hamartia?
I'm going to go with the opposite of Tasha and say the lichen in Greenland and North America.
Interesting. A genus of lichen found in Greenland and northern Canada. Do you think that lichen has magical properties as well?
Only when used medicinally.
Fair enough. That's the only way to do it. Pete, what say you here?
We're all over the place tonight, Tom, but I'm going with number 2.
Number 2. The householder stage of Buddhist lay practice spent selflessly carrying out one's duties to family and society. That does sound like some hamartia if I've ever heard it. So let's see. And James Minus, I'm pronouncing that last name right, at James Minus?
You're pronouncing it.
I'm pronouncing it. I'm not pronouncing it right. Fair enough. I'm
gonna go with Pete and go with number 2.
Going with number 2, the householder stage of Buddhist lay practice spent selflessly carrying out one's duties to family and society. Are you in that stage of lay practice, the hamartia stage?
Constantly. I'm pursuing it. It's a lifelong practice.
There
it's
you go.
Asymptote, right, James? An asymptote. You never arrive.
Fair enough. That does sound like Nirvana. Just so close and yet so far. Winston, you're not in the lobby. I'm still going to let you take a guess here, though. Try to get some points. What are you thinking here about all this?
I'm going to go with the lichen.
Going with the lichen. It's genus of lichen found in Greenland and northern Canada, along with Hello Kitty. So, what attracted you to that answer there?
I just it sounds like a lichen to me. Best I can say.
You're really liking it.
I'm liking it a lot.
Good clean mold humor there, folks. So let's see what exactly Alphabot thought about this situation. I need to render the guess here. Pull this over here. Where am I? Jeez. Should have had them all queued up, and yet here we are with dead air. That's never good. Alphabot saying
We're not hearing this.
you're not hearing it?
No.
Well, that's fine.
I think
should have
that's
just-
a bit more entertaining.
There you go. It's
There
a
we
bit more
go.
entertaining not hearing the definition get spoken. Going with a rare species of fungi that's common in subtropical environments because Hamartia has been known for its mythical healing properties in rural communities because it's a more entertaining answer. So fair enough. We'll see if that pays off for Alphabot. And let's take this on to the next round. Honorable mentions here for Tasha with Hamartia is a form of bachelorette party in Hungary, and also to Alphabot, a hubris or critical error or mistake in judgment. Meanwhile, points going to Halo Kitty, snagging Baggins with snacks packed into soldiers' kits to be used when off base. Meanwhile, Pete gets a couple votes from Halo Kitty and Bonstantino with a genus of lichen found in Greenland and northern Canada. Meanwhile, James M gets another couple of votes from Tasha and Alphabot with a rare species of fungi that is common in subtropical environments. Hamartia known to be used for its mythical healing properties in rural communities. And then Baggins getting 2 votes from Pete and James M with the householder stage of Buddhist lay practice spent selflessly carrying out one's duties to family and society. So a lot of points getting thrown around here. None towards the real definition of Hamartia, a tragic flaw. A tragic flaw, interestingly enough. So it seems like
The
all
question
of
if
you
Alphabot's doing any Googling on the side of that neural network.
a
Pretty
hubris
close,
or
pretty
critical
close.
error or
Hubris?
mistaken judgment.
Yeah.
That's
Pretty close.
Alphabot kind of throwing its hands up there. I don't know.
I feel like we need to talk to the GPT-3 authors about this.
Skeptical. Yeah, it's we're trying to teach Alphabot to lie, not cheat. And unfortunately, the lines get blurred sometimes. Let's see where that leads us now with scores. Baggins, Pete, and James M all with 2 points. Halo Kitty with 1 point. Tasha, Alphabot, Bonstantino trying to get on the board. There's only one way to do that, and that is just keep on keeping on, heading on to the next round. And this round is the biography round. So what we do here is I'm going to load in a biography of a person, and you all will then have about a minute and a half to write the biography for the person that I read out. So here we go. Let me put this one here, put that one there. Yep. 90 seconds on the clock here. All right. The person's name that you need to write out a biography for is Lucia Harris. Lucia Harris. Who was she? Let's start this clock now. 90 seconds to define that person. And 90 seconds for me to find where everything is so I can click this next ad. Look, I know what you're thinking. How do I play this game? Get in on these NFTs. Quit my corporate job. Well, let me tell you, it's easy. We run 2 competitions daily. Word Hoax, which you're currently watching, and Clash of the Pencils, a 1-page story contest where the internet public picks the winner each night. Both are a quick creative workout to get your mind right during the day, not to mention the fame, glory, and NFTs. If you're interested in playing either of these games, reach out to me, Tom Sherman, in one of the following ways. On social media, send me a DM in Twitter at ShermQ5 or at Story Squad HQ. Give us both a follow while you're there. If you're watching on the Facebook stream, send me a message. Other contact methods include any other way you can think of reaching me, up to but not exclusively playing 6 Degrees of Tom Sherman, smoke signals, and of course, skywriting. Ten seconds left. Nobody in. I'm going to take a move here and add 20 seconds to the clock. You're all lucky. Bunch of lucky ducks out there. James is in. Tasha is in. Halo Kitty, Baggins, Bonstantino not in. Pete just getting in. Halo Kitty just getting in. Down to Bonstantino and Baggins. 4 seconds left. Bonstantino in. Baggins right there under the wire, taking every last second to define the biography for Lucia Harris. So here are our options. Number 1, the first female drag racer to win 3 consecutive state titles in Alabama. Number 2, Lucia Harris was a pioneering mathematician who immigrated to America in 1956. Number 3, a jazz singer known for her syncopation and treble voice based in New York City who performed across the United States in the 1920s. Number 4, Lucia Harris was the first female leader of the Black Panther Party. Number 5, drafted into the NBA, Lucia suspected it was a publicity stunt, so she never showed up to training camp. Number 6, a head housekeeper at 10 Downing Street, she's credited with petitioning the Prime Minister to convert to eco-friendly sundries and toiletries. Number 7, this canine police dog was named after the newspaper editor who was so impressed by her ability to detect drugs in the police sniffer dogs' trainings that he gave her a special badge. Number 8, the consumer advocate known as the Queen of Wastewater quality control in publicly owned treatment plants. She successfully sued the U.S. government in 1993 for the alarming lead content in Michigan waterworks. So those are your options for Lucia Harris. Number 1, the first female drag racer to win 3 consecutive state titles in Alabama. Number 2, Lucia Harris was a pioneering mathematician who immigrated to America in 1956. Number 3, jazz singer known for her syncopation and treble voice based in New York City who performed across the United States in the 1920s. Number 4, Lucia Harris was the first female leader of the Black Panther Party. Number 5, drafted into the NBA, Lucia suspected it was a publicity stunt, so she never showed up to training camp. Number 6, head housekeeper at 10 Downing Street, she's credited with petitioning the Prime Minister to convert to eco-friendly sundries and toiletries. Number 7, this canine police dog was named after the newspaper editor who was so impressed by her ability to detect drugs in the police sniffer dogs' trainings that he gave her a special badge. And number 8, the consumer advocate known as the Queen of Wastewater quality control in publicly owned treatment plants. She successfully sued the U.S. government in 1993 for the alarming lead content in Michigan waterworks. All right, those are your options there for Lucia Harris. So we will start the voting, and we will start at the top of the leaderboard. Baggins, you're technically tied. I mean, you know, a lot of people gunning for you tonight, especially Pete calling you out at the beginning. And here he is, right, tied with you. So how are you gonna play this?
I really liked the stack of possessives you had. What was it? Sniffer dogs trainings.
Yeah, that was let's see.
Grammatically, that was the one that had my heart. So
Canine police dog named after the newspaper editor who was so impressed by her ability to detect drugs in the police sniffer dogs' trainings that he gave her a special badge.
I don't know what authority a newspaper man has to bestow a badge on an animal, but I'm going to go with that one.
Seems about right, doesn't it? Interesting. Number 7 for Baggins, the police dog that was named after a newspaper editor who we would assume is also named Lucia Harris. That was impressed by the canine dog's ability to detect drugs in the police sniffer dogs' trainings, that the newspaper editor gave the canine a special badge as well as a name, apparently. So interesting stuff there. On to Pete. This is your chance. This is your chance to really find some daylight in between yourself and Baggins. What are you thinking here? You're on mute here.
I wish I was doing more than just guessing. I'm torn between 6 and 8. I think I'm going to go with number 8 tonight, Tom.
Going with number 8, the consumer advocate known as the Queen of Wastewater Quality Control in publicly owned treatment plants. She successfully sued the U.S. government in 1993 for the alarming lead content in Michigan waterworks. What a title. I mean, what a nickname to have. The Queen of Wastewater Quality Control in publicly owned treatment plants. If we could all be so lucky to get that recognition, I mean, we would be known as the Lucia Harris of our jobs. So, interesting selection there. James M. What do you think?
I'm a bit torn between 1 and 2, but I think I'm going to go with 2. I think Lucia sounds like a mathematician to me.
Lucia was a pioneering mathematician who immigrated to America in 1956. That sounds solid. Sounds solid. Let's see if it adds up. Woo! Still got it, folks. That was just right off the head too. I didn't even didn't. Never mind. Halo Kitty, moving right along. What are you thinking here?
Yeah, I'm with James. I'm gonna multiply that answer, and
yes.
She's a mathematician.
That is great. Not subtracting, but adding to the fun. Lucia Harris was a pioneering mathematician. Tasha, what are we? Where are you at here?
I'm gonna go with of the Black Panther Party.
Going with the number 4, the first female leader of the Black Panther Party. Another one sounds good. Sounds good on paper. Only one way to find out. But before we do that, we have to get one more guess. Because, I mean, we actually technically have to get 2, but Winston dropped out. So let's get Alphabot's selection.
I'm going to go with Lucia Harris was a pioneering mathematician who immigrated to America in 1956. Because the documentary I watched on her had more information on her life than this wiki page does.
Wow.
No Googling, Alphabot.
Alphabot really rubbing that in everyone's face that it is not using Google, it's using Wikipedia. That's quite a loophole that only a data science, computer science machine would come up with that. It would be like, well, you have to really specify. I thought it was just not Google. No, it's Wikipedia too, Alphabot. We'll try to hard code that in next time. But going with the mathematician, along with James and Halo Kitty, saying that it's watched the documentary and read Wikipedia pages about Lucia Harris. So let's submit the guesses.
Pretty confident.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm worried. Wow. That's not good. Well, maybe not. I don't know. So here we have Pete, honorable mention for a jazz singer known for her syncopation and treble voice, based in New York City, who performed across the United States in the 1920s. Also, honorable mention to Tasha, with the first female drag racer to win 3 consecutive state titles in Alabama. And Halo Kitty, head housekeeper at 10 Downing Street. She's credited with petitioning the Prime Minister to convert to eco-friendly sundries and toiletries. Great definitions across the board, although unfortunately none getting the votes. Who did get votes? Bonstantino, with Lucia Harris, was the first female leader of the Black Panther Party, getting Tasha's vote. Meanwhile, Baggins getting a vote from Pete, with the consumer advocate known as the Queen of Wastewater Quality Control in publicly owned treatment plants. She successfully sued the U.S. government in 1993 for the alarming lead content in Michigan waterworks. Baggins giving a vote right back to Alphabot, with this canine police dog was named after the newspaper editor who was so impressed by her ability to detect drugs in the police sniffer dogs' trainings that he gave her a special badge. And then James M getting the bulk of the votes here from Halo Kitty, Alphabot, as well as himself. Lucia Harris was a pioneering mathematician who immigrated to America in 1956. 3 votes, 2 points from that. Very
It was a
shrewd
nice
play.
self-vote there, James.
That's
It was quick study.
fast learner. Yes.
Yeah, well played.
I was really torn. I truly was.
It sounded good, and it all made sense, and certainly did add up. So my pun was well placed at the time. But the real definition of Lucia Harris, she was drafted into the NBA, and Lucia suspected it was a publicity stunt, so she never showed up to training camp. Drafted by the New Orleans Jazz back in the 70s after winning some national titles in, I believe, Mississippi. So fun fact there for you. Let's reveal the results, see who's getting some points. Let's see. We've got 2 points for James M. So now James M here is on top of the leaderboard with 4 points. Let's zoom in and take a look at this. James M on top with 4 points. Baggins in a close second with 3. Pete with 2. Halo Kitty with 1. Alphabot with 1. Bonstonian also got 1, although now out of the lobby. And then Tasha, last but not least, still plenty of time to get on the board, plenty of time to win, plenty of points to pick up. And that's because this last round is one of the most crucial rounds of the night. And that's when we define a movie. So I'm going to load in a movie here real quickly to for us to guess upon. And then you will have 2 minutes, one of the longest times of the night, 2 minutes to figure out what exactly this movie is about. So let's load it in the hopper here. The movie. Oh, wait. Okay. And then making sure we've got the time. So the movie for tonight that you have to define is called I Am Number 4. I Am Number 4 is the movie. What is that all about? Only one way to find out, and that is for you to take the next 2 minutes to write out your definition for I Am Number 4. I don't know what to say, really. When you get old in life, you find out life is this game of words. I mean, the difference between winning and losing here is so small. You know, one adjective too late or too early, you don't quite describe it. One plot line too slow, too fast, you don't hook your readers. The words we need are everywhere around us. They're in every story, every setting, every sentence. On this app, we fight for each word. On this app, we tear our rough drafts to pieces for that word. We claw with our fingernails for that word. Because we know when we add up all those words, that's going to make the difference between winning and losing. Between living and dying. And that's what living is. The 6 words in front of your face. Now, I can't make you do it. You got to look into the mirror. Look into your eyes. And I think you're going to see an author willing to go get that word with you. That's Clash of the Pencils, folks. That's all it is. All right, here we are. How much time? 20 seconds left on the clock for I Am Number 4. Tasha, Baggins, Pete, and James M. all still need to submit. Halo Kitty is in along with Alphabot. Sitting back, relaxing, maxing all cool. Playing some b-ball outside of school. Tasha's in. All right, everybody's in. Look at that. Man, everyone was just waiting for the last second to get their definitions in. So let's read these for I Am Number 4. Here are your options. Number 1, a dark comedy starring James Harrison and Emily Moore about the 4th wife of an oil tycoon. Number 2, I Am Number 4 is an independent sci-fi film set in a dystopian year 2177, a world where all humans have been ranked by usefulness to the earth and granted a number. Number 3, this documentary features almost famous tennis legends who just did not quite make the cut, following two families and their tribulations. Number 4, aliens are hiding on Earth from intergalactic bounty hunters. They can only be killed in numerical order, and number 4 is next on the list. This is his story. Number 5, in this film, a young boy who is the last of his kind is helped by his comrades, who are also number 4, to save the world from the government's clutches. Number 6, a musical biopic of the tambourine player in Yoko Ono's studio band. And number 7, set during the War of Roses, William IV of Gloucester, Al Pacino, outwits his brothers and clan rivals to take the crown in a bloody conquest. Wow, a lot of good movies here for I Am Number 4. Number 1, a dark comedy starring James Harrison and Emily Moore about the fourth wife of an oil tycoon. Number 2, I Am Number 4 is an independent sci-fi film set in a dystopian year 2177, a world where all humans have been ranked by usefulness to the earth and granted a number. Number 3, this documentary features almost famous tennis legends who just did not quite make the cut, following two families and their tribulations. Number 4, aliens are hiding on Earth from intergalactic bounty hunters. They can only be killed in numerical order, and number 4 is next on the list. This is his story. Number 5, in this film, a young boy who is the last of his kind is helped by his comrades, who are also number 4, to save the world from the government's clutches. Number 6, a musical biopic of the tambourine player in Yoko Ono's studio band. And number 7, set during the War of Roses, William IV of Gloucester, Al Pacino, outwits his brothers and clan rivals to take the crown in a bloody conquest. So those are your options for I Am Number 4. We'll start the voting. And James, here we are. You are on top of the leaderboard, in control of the night, in control of your own destiny. What are you thinking about the movie's selection?
I've got to reward number 6.
Number 6.
Whether it's the truth or whether it's just
a musical biopic. A musical
tambourine player, his dues or his or her dues. So yeah.
That's the guy with the keyboard in his background.
Right. Somebody could have been writing that tailor-made for you. A musical biopic of the tambourine player in Yoko Ono's studio band. Is this the movie that you would watch on date night, James?
No, I'd watch it alone, like in a just very dark room, and just watch it alone and really try and sympathize with the tambourine player.
That's good. Yeah. So then it would be a work write-off, really.
Yeah, exactly.
Research.
All right. So fair enough. Let's see. Baggins, over to you. What are you thinking? Is it Yoko Ono's studio band tambourine player or somewhere else?
Oh, that studio band tambourine player sounds awful. I would not watch that. Oh, imagine if it had like the Peter Jackson 8 hours of footage. It's just like shaking. Anyway, it's got to be number 4, right? Like we're overthinking it.
Interesting tactic here. Aliens are hiding on Earth from intergalactic bounty hunters. They can only be killed in numerical order. Number 4 is next on the list. This is his story. Picking it because it is option number 4 for the movie named I Am Number 4. Is that the logic that I'm following?
That's the logic. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Overthinking it and keeping it simple. Let's see if that pays off.
Yeah. That's not apropos of anything.
No, it's very, very bizarre logic, but I like it. So I'm excited to see where it takes us. Pete, what are you thinking here?
I'm thinking, I don't know, but I'm going to go with anything that's dystopian has to be the right answer. So we'll go with number 2.
Going with number 2. got to be the right answer because it's dystopic. I Am Number 4 is an independent sci-fi film set in the dystopian year 2177, a world where all humans have been ranked by usefulness to the earth and granted a number. Wow, that is dystopic. Is that what you would watch on date night?
I assure you not.
Interesting. Go for something a little lighter.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Let's see. Halo Kitty, over to you here. What are you thinking on the movies?
Number 2 gives off like a prisoner vibe, that old, show The Prisoner. So I'm going to stay away from that one, but I am interested to see Al Pacino play William IV. So I'll go with that one.
Set during the War of Roses, William IV of Gloucester, Al Pacino outwits his brothers and clan rivals to take the crown in a bloody conquest. That would be a great,
It's got to be epic, right?
I mean, it's got to be a box office hit. It couldn't go wrong. Al Pacino, the War of Roses, William IV of Gloucester. I'd watch it. Is that what you're watching on date night?
Yeah, it's queued up next after this.
There you go. A little inside knowledge here, apparently, from Halo Kitty, already having I Am Number 4 ready to go. Let's see. It's now Alphabot's turn. So let's see what Alphabot decides to say.
I'm going to go with I Am Number 4 is an independent sci-fi film set in a dystopian year 2177, a world where all humans have been ranked by usefulness to the earth and granted a number. Because there is a lot of fantasy, a lot of special effects, and I thought it was really cool.
Interesting. So Alphabot claiming to have watched I Am Number 4 and says it's got great special effects. So I don't know who's lying, Halo Kitty or Alphabot, but you can't have both of you can't have it queued up and watched. So, and then again, Alphabot lied about knowing the biography the other time. So, this guy, this robot's definitely a liar. All right. Tasha, last but not least, where are you weighing in on all this?
It's got to be number 2.
Gotta be number 2. I Am Number 4 is an independent sci-fi film, the dystopian year 2177, et cetera, et cetera. So why were you picking this one? Or why so confident?
Well, Alphabot told me.
Alphabot, Alphabot seemed pretty confident and said it with authority. So let's see. That might be just it. Let's submit these guesses and see where that takes us. Honorable mentions here for Tasha with this documentary features almost famous tennis legends who just did not quite make the cut following two families and their tribulations. Great answer there. That could have been a good movie. I would have watched it.
I would have watched that. That would have been my favorite.
That would have been would have been
Close,
heartbreaking.
but not quite.
I know it just would have been heartbreaking. And then one of them tears their ACL in the end, like right before the big tournament. You're like, brutal. Pete wrote a dark comedy starring James Harrison and Emily Moore about the fourth wife of an oil tycoon. I'd watch that too. I mean, I'd be interested to see where they take that. Likewise, with Alphabot's definition for I Am Number 4, in this film, a young boy who is the last of his kind is helped by his comrades, who are also number 4, to save the world from the government's clutches. A little bit of nonsense there, but seems interesting. I would put it on. Why not? People that did get some votes, Halo Kitty sniping James M. with a musical biopic of the tambourine player in Yoko Ono's studio band. Baggins getting Halo Kitty's vote right back from her with set during the War of Roses, William IV of Gloucester, Al Pacino outwits his brothers and clan rivals to take the crown in a bloody conquest. Just couldn't help but not pass up that Al Pacino as William IV. Meanwhile, James M. cleaning up here with 3 more votes from Tasha, Pete, and Alphabot. With I Am Number 4 is an independent sci-fi film set in a dystopian year 2177, a world where all the humans have been ranked by usefulness to the earth and granted a number. Really resonating here with a couple of the players as well. Yeah, look at that. That's a very rare standing ovation from contestants.
We got a
real
live one here, Tom.
Touched. Moved. I'm really moved.
Really cementing yourself here in the lore of Word Hoax, James, very quickly. What a fast learner from round 1 to round 3. The real definition, though, of I am number 4, Baggins had it right. Keep it simple. Just pick number 4. Aliens are hiding on Earth from intergalactic bounty hunters. They can only be killed in numerical order, and number 4 is next on the list. This is his story. So that was the real movie title there, and let's take a look at the trailer for this one.
There were 9 of us who escaped. Number 1 was killed in Malaysia. Number 2 was murdered in England.
Oh.
He's like geographic tableaus. It's so weird.
Number 3 was hunted down in Kenya.
It's like, where in the world is Carmen San Diego with a horror overlaid on it?
Before they come for the others, they'll come for me. I am number 4.
I feel like Alphabot wrote this script. This is terrible. I think I'd rather watch Yoko Ono, 8 hours of Yoko Ono at Studio
100%.
Tamburinas.
Uncut footage.
Yeah.
Of the
Like,
studio.
nothing on
Yeah.
the cutting room floor, just all of it.
That
All
was
that
brutal.
footage.
I'm Googling where to watch this.
We're gonna watch I am number 4. You can probably watch it on YouTube. I don't know. It's it seems like it's that straight to YouTube release.
Yeah, I would not pay to rent that.
Well, it's
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 not
kind of,
free.
it almost seemed like a reverse predator or alien or predator. You know what I mean? Where it's like you get the aliens on Earth and they're getting hunted instead of a alien hunting people on Earth. But anyways, I don't know. It's 2011 was a weird time. All right, guys. It's there was a lot happening. Anyways, let's get back to Word Hoax.
Wasn't real the height of DreamWorks when they really could anything could get greenlit and they had the craziest budget.
It was also where it was around Snakes on a Plane, where it was just come up with a really random movie title and they'll just come out and watch it.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
A lot of jump cuts on the trailer.
And we did.
That's what we do here. Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. That's how it goes. So let's see here. Let's go to the finale, I guess. On the board, James M, 7 points, Baggins with 5, Halo Kitty with 2, Pete with 2, Alphabot with 1. So let's go to the finale, see who's on top. I think unless there's a glitch, Baggins in third, Pete in second, James M up there on top. And it was due to that, the movie, a dystopic world where everybody's ranked by a number. So, James, many congratulations, first of all, on getting yourself one of these, an IOU NFT, and that you can turn in for a future NFT from an upcoming drop from Story Squad. But first and foremost, where did that definition come from for the movie?
I think I had some awareness of I am number 4, so I thought it was some sort of sci-fi thing. And then I just think everything's dystopian in the last 10, 15 years. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
I
that's
was
what
running
you
out.
throw in.
When you say everything, do you
Everything.
mean all the movies, James, or do you mean everything?
Everything. All the sci-fi movies are dystopian. But I was rushed for time, and I was wondering whether the fact, the dystopian year. I don't know if there was ever a movie about a dystopian year as opposed to a dystopian place or society. So that sort of managed to sling through. But yeah, just got real dark thinking about Yoko Ono, and that's what came out.
There you go. Yeah. And that's I think the year is what cemented it, really. I mean, that's a specific year. It's far enough in the future that, at current rates, seems like it makes sense. It all adds up.
I went with independent to give a reason why you might not have heard of it. Well, I like
that is a nice little nugget.
Al Pacino sneaking off for a yeah. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. An Al Pacino flick under the radar about being William of Gloucester is a little, that would stick out in somebody's mind. It would be like, I've seen that or heard of that before.
I've been
Like that
watching a lot of
Sean
Game of
Connery movie
Thrones,
with
Tom.
dragons.
I've been rewatching Game of Thrones. It's all I could think about.
Let's see. Second place, we've got Pete. Interestingly enough, leapfrogging Baggins from what should have been third place, coming into second. So,
I said I wanted to beat
like you said at the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. And even if I have to cheat, I'm okay with that. You just
willed that into existence. Wow. That's like, I've never really seen that on Word Hoax. Someone just willing it into, that's, have you been reading The Secret?
There you go.
Not going to give up The Secret, but yeah, that's or maybe my internet might be lagging. Baggins, here we are in third place. We handicapped you intentionally because we thought you were just a shoe to win all the time.
I was trying as hard as I could.
I know.
I was lucky to get that bronze medal. A lot of firepower in the galley today.
Wow. So intense stuff out here. And then again, congratulations. I mean, Halo Kitty, do you feel snubbed that now you could have gotten second place apparently? You were tied for third and now not left off the podium altogether.
That's all right. I will make it up next time.
There we go. That's the great attitude. That's the way to win Word Hoax, honestly, is you can't play in the moment too much. It's all about getting out there next time. There's no such thing as I don't know where I'm going with that. Anyways, let's see. That wraps up another rousing round of Word Hoax. Remember, if you want to squad up with our community of teachers, artists, technologists to make Web3 a more creative place, follow us on any social media channel at Story Squad HQ or click the link in our bios and descriptions to sign up and come play a game of Word Hoax yourself. Until next time, if you're not joking, cloaking, or master stroking, you're probably not Word Hoaxing. So until next time, appreciate you guys watching along. So I'm going to click that end